Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another week, another episode. Staff Meeting presents I.S.S. That's right. Yeah. Come on in here, people. We got a good show for y'all today, man. A really good show for y'all today. Let me tag the comment right quick, y'all. Let me tag it. Or pin it, rather. Y'all come on in. Y'all know what time it is. Time to get educated. That's right. Come on in, people. Hope everyone's doing well. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show today. I want to thank everybody for coming on, tuning in every week with me. Fridays and Saturdays, man, it's 7 o'clock. I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in with me, coming in. Today we got a real special guest, man. Big, you know what I'm saying? He's got a message for us, man, and God's message, rather. And this brother here, man, his name is Ron Dalton, the author of Hebrews and Negroes. Hebrews to Negroes, excuse me. I ain't gonna do no more talking. I'm gonna let him come on right now. Y'all show some love. Throw your and Ron Dalton Jr. Throw some hearts up right now for my man. We're gonna get right into it today. Hit the request, Ron. Yeah. Hold on, we're gonna have to go back out, I reckon. Hold on, Ron. Let's do it again. Technology, folks. Welcome right now, y'all. Throw your hearts. There we go. My man Ron. What's up, big dog?
What's up? What's up? Can you hear me?
How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
my
good.
brother.
I'm all right.
How you doing, man? You doing good?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Doing
man.
good.
How's everything going through this quarantine for you, my brother?
I'm hanging in there,
Yeah.
surviving, trying to stay level-headed and not lose my head.
Right, bro. It's something to to lose a head over. You know what I mean? We're going through some times right now, brother, but it ain't nothing that a true believer is not aware of, because we done read these things in this Bible, man, that we hold close and near dear to our hearts. So
Yeah.
with that being said, brother, let the people know who you are, man. First off, man, for the guests, the people that's on here that's coming in, it's still early. People gonna be chiming in, but let the people know, and for all the ones that's gonna be watching this later, man, let them know who you are, what you represent, man, and what you got going on.
Yeah. So my name is Ron Dalton Jr. If you haven't heard, first I'm a book author of the books Hebrews to Negroes. There's 4 books on Amazon and my website, negronetwork.com. And then after I did the books, I did the movies, Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America, the movies, which are on Amazon and Vimeo on demand on our website. because a lot of people, we don't read books. That's the thing nowadays. We just Netflix and Vudu and Hulu and Amazon Prime it. So, to reach the generation of people we have today, you got to hit them with media, entertainment, education, documentaries, movies, such as that nature. So, I have books for those who like to read books, and also movies for those that want to see a documentary movie. And the movie is basically showing you the true identity of the so-called Negro. That's one of the things that none of the leaders, our black leaders, really did. Maybe I've touched on it. Malcolm X may have said some things that alluded to the fact that you are the dry bones in the valley. You are the people of the book. But a lot of those guys back in the day, even Martin Luther King may say, I've seen the promised land and everything. But nobody went out and said we are the Israelites. We are the Jews of the Bible. Right. And so that's what I'm focusing on and promoting in my books and my movies, because at the end of the day, all this madness that we see in America, all the madness is happening in Africa, whether it's Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya, the Congo. It all boils down to the identity of the Israelites and the curses of Israel and the lost heritage. And with the lost heritage, or actually with the lost identity, you have a lost heritage. With the lost heritage, you have a loss and a breakdown of traditions and customs. And traditions and customs, basically, it governs the way you act, basically. Traditions and customs can be seen in the old and the elders, like in Africa. But we know that because of the West, called the West, we're in the West right now in America. So the influence of the West is seen all throughout the world. It's seen in America, it's seen in Africa, it's seen in the Middle East, it's seen everywhere, in the Caribbean, South America. So, the West has done a great job in deceiving our people and getting us to think like them, be like them, do like them, want like them, and to live a life that they want us to live, which is not the life according to what the Most High intended for us to live. Because if you really look at it, the Torah, which is the first 5 books of the Bible, listed our culture. The Torah is our culture. So Torah culture is the Negroes' ancestors' culture. And because we don't follow the Torah culture, is the reason why we have all these problems today. And the Bible says that if we turn from our wicked ways and we seek the Most High's face and we humble ourselves, you got to look at it. A lot of black people we're not humble because we have a lot of pride. We all are scholars and educators. We all think we know everything. We all want to be mavericks in our own lane. We want to do our own thing. We want to get to the top and don't worry about our fellow man. But the Bible says we have to humble ourselves. We have to be a humble person, and we have to seek His face. We have to keep the commandments. That's right. And that's one of the things that a lot of the Israelites today, they stress. If you see the Israelites on the streets, the camps, one of the main 2 things that the Israelites are teaching, the main doctrines, is that the Negroes are the Israelites, and that's 1. And 2, we must keep the commandments. And Christ or Jesus said all throughout the scriptures, keep the commandments, keep the commandments. How you get to the kingdom? Keep the commandments, keep the commandments. He even listed some of the commandments, and like 5 of the 10 commandments, he listed them. Somehow, one of the rich rulers was like, how do I get into the kingdom? And he listed off like 5 of the 10 commandments. That's right. So, these are the commandments are not done away with. It's the reason why the Most High God gave our ancestors the commandments. That's right. And because we strayed away from the commandments, and we still do to this day, this is the reason why we're in the madness that we're in. And anybody can really look at the movies today. And although movies are entertaining, you look at Power, you look at Empire. Now, these are entertainment movies, but if you really look at the movies, we are breaking the commandments left and right in these movies.
Left and right, up and down.
Yeah, envy, murder, lying, stealing, idolatry, worship, disrespecting your parents, mother, sleeping with your daddy's girlfriend. It's all types of, all types of stuff
inspiring the hate. That's
inspiring the hate.
Yeah.
And and at the end of the day, we all know that black people are not the ones at the top getting rich off of it, because you look at the production companies of all these movies we watch. Just Google it. Say who's distributing these movies? Who's distributing the stuff that we watching today? Yeah, they have production companies. Yeah, they have a writer. Yeah, they have editors. But the person that is distributing everything is the one that controls it. Netflix controls what you see and I see and everybody else see. Same thing with Vudu. Same thing with Hulu. Same thing with Amazon Prime. Yep. It's the same thing. It's all
the same
control.
people.
So that's basically in a nutshell I'm trying to wake up the sleeping people, the slumbering people, and set the captives free, because we are truly in captive. We're in a state of slavery mentally, and some people might even say physically, because the mind controls the body. The mind controls the body. So we got a lot of work to do.
Most definitely physically, because you see what's going on in the news. We see, actually, it's every day what's going on with our nation of people, man. The killing, the poverty, the tribulations, trials, the predicaments that our people are in all over the world, not just in one corner in this little town, but all over the world, all four corners of the earth. We're going through this one particular people, and to see it, how they present it all the time, man, how they show, just us always just being in chains, shackles. That's how they introduce it in school, because I'm an educator as well. So that's how they introduce it in school, in the school system, as, bondage. But it's more history to us way before some 1619. It has to be told to why what we were before all the bondage happened and what led up to all of this. You see what I'm saying? Because what they need to know is that our people been in bondage all throughout that Bible. This is nothing new under the sun. We've all been through this. But this is Christ is coming back this next time, man. And this is his last time. So, brother, speak on how and tell these people. And it's a blessing to have you. You know what I mean? To put this truth out like this, man. So tell these people, who they were, man, before some 1619, man. So we can take this June 19th and take this with us every day, because this is something we need to be celebrating. See, we still not free. You understand what I'm saying? As a people, we're not free. Them killing us out here in the streets. Tell these people, man. Go ahead, Ron.
Before 1619, you'll see that you had kingdoms and empires. Before the scramble of Africa and the Berlin Conference, you had empires and kingdoms throughout Africa. And whether or not, we want to call them tribes, the Yoruba tribe, the Igbo tribe, the Mandinka tribe, the Bambara tribe, the Zulu tribe, the Xhosa tribe. All these tribes, they have an oral history, and they have a history that dates back, that talks about that they left a former land, came into Africa, to Egypt, and then eventually started migrating to different parts of Africa. Now, when you look at their history, we look at their customs and traditions, it's straight Bible, straight Hebrew traditions and customs. But the people, the Zulus and the Xhosas and the Kikuyu and the Kisi and the Kama, the Nigerian, Igbos and Yorubas, they're not going to tell you, we're 12 tribes of Israel, we're this and that. No, they're just living their life. They speak the Igbo language. They follow Igbo culture, different things of that nature. But when you look at their elders, you look at the grandparents, they're doing everything straight out of the Old Testament. Everything is straight. And guess what? Back before the white man came, they didn't have no King James Bible to be referencing and say, okay, in Leviticus so-and-so it says to do this. They didn't have none of that.
That's right.
They even had the New Testament for a long time. But they were practicing things that were straight up in the Bible. Circumcision on the 8th day, naming a child on the 8th day. When they wanted to, they had a day of rest that it determined on the new moon. So before we had Saturday and Sunday and all these different Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, they would look at the new moon. That would be the first day of the month. They would count a certain number of days and get the day of rest, and they do 7 days after, 7 days after, 7 days after. That was the day of rest. Nobody worked. The animals didn't work, anything. So they were keeping the Shabbat, the Sabbath. That's one of the key things that Jewish people do, is they keep the Sabbath. They keep the Sabbath holy. Muslims don't keep the Sabbath holy. Christians don't keep the Sabbath holy. Atheists, Mormons, all these different people, they don't keep the Sabbath holy. Buddhists, Confucian, Maoism, they don't do it. So these Israelites, or these black people that we call today Africans, a lot of them were Israelites. Of course, we have different lineages, like the son of Ham and the sons of Shem and the sons of Seth. But in particular, you had certain people that were in Africa that were the true descendants of the children of Israel. And these were the people that today you would either call them Bantu, B-A-N-T-U, or you would call them Negro. The same term where you get Negro land. And the term Negroes and then eventually later African American and colored and black. But when we got put on the slave ships, our names had Yah on the end of it. So Yah is it's kind of it's almost like a surname. And so Yah means God. So any type of word that comes before Yah, it's like God is strength, God is power, God is this. But back in the old days, you also had El. El also means God. So you had Daniel, Ezekiel, Michael, Raphael, Uriel. You know, all these different names with El, because El stands for God. But then, as the Hebrews found out who they were, and that also that their God, when Moses met God at the burning bush, they found out what God's name is, because God revealed his name to Moses. Because Moses said, well, what's your name? What shall I tell the children of Israel? In Exodus 3:14 and 15, he reveals what his name is. And part of that name is Yah. This is the reason why we say hallelujah. All Christians say hallelujah. They don't even know why they're saying it, but it's because of the Creator's name, shorthand version was Yah. Same thing like the Rastafarians. They say Jah with a J. But we know before there was a J, there was a Y. So all your Negroes that were from the slave ships that had names like Enya and Tagaya and Kufya. The Bible says, "My people who are called by my name, my name." And Yah is in the. If you look at all the prophets, Jeremiah, Obadiah, Zechariah, all these people, they have Yah and in their names. You know, even the Messiah.
Bring it out, Ron. Bring it out,
Ron. Even the Messiah, his name was not Jesus. He had Yah in his name. You know, he was called after his father's name. And so when you look at that, or you want to call him Yahshua or Yahusha or Yahawashai, different names, the Yah is still there. And we were the people of Yah. We were the children of God. We were the children of Israel. And that's who we are to today. And see, the nations know, a lot of nations know this. The British and the Germans, the Arabs, a lot of them know this. In other countries, they might call us Ibn Yaqub or Ben Yaqub, means sons of Jacob. And so they know that we're the sons of Jacob. They know that we're the Israelites. Even the white Jews know this too. That's why our enemies, our antagonists, have to keep us close. They have to always monitor us. Because we don't know who they are, we got to keep close to these Negroes. We got to keep close to them. We got to do what the Bible says that they're going to do, and we got to monopolize. Because think about it. If you know that the book is talking about a group of people, you know the book says that if these people don't keep my commandments, then they're going to be at the bottom. They're the people that's around them, the heathen, the Gentiles, will have a successful life ruling over them if we can keep these guys to keep breaking the commandments.
That's right.
If we can get these guys to now know who they are and disconnect them from their mother and father through the slave trade, and then teach them broken English, which is basically African American vernacular English, which then transitions to Creole. Creole, the oldest Creole is in Cape Verde. That was one of the first places they started shipping slaves from Cape Verde. The Portuguese Jews and the Spanish Jews from Iberia before the Spanish Inquisition, when the Moors, the black Moors and the black Jews had to get out. And if you notice, and I'm kind of going off subject, if you notice, the majority of the hurricanes that start today start from Cape Verde in West Africa and then hit the Caribbean and the east coast of Africa where the slave trades happen. So there's a connection between everything that happens in regards to the world and Africa and America and the Caribbean and South America, and we have to understand these things. This is very deep when you look at it, because the Arabs, they call us the people of the book, the Romans, the Greeks, the British, the royal family, the Commonwealth, the Germans, all these nations know who we are. Even the East Indians know who we are.
Of course.
We just don't know who we are. And it's sad, it's high time now that a lot of people start waking up, because, you know, we see celebrities talking about it. And really, at this time right now, it's the most, I'm just going to say, it's the most hottest topic right now in the black community, about us being the Israelites, us being the same people that were enslaved in Egypt, are the same people that were enslaved during the slave trade. Now, when you say that, you're like, wait a minute, we're the same people that was enslaved in Egypt in the Bible, and the same people enslaved in the slave trade. Now, you may not say the word Jew or Israelite in that statement, but it makes you think like, okay, well, if they're saying that, that must mean we're the Israelites. You know, so in a lot of black people today, they're not believing in a white Jesus. They pretty much, in the black church, they know that Jesus was not white. So if the black church is teaching that Jesus could not have been white, then why is the majority of the black church not teaching that if Jesus is not white and Jesus was from the tribe of Judah, he was a Jew, he was an Israelite, then why aren't they teaching a church that you black people in the audience, y'all are not Gentiles, you're not Canaanites, you're not Egyptians, you're not Nubians, you guys are the Israelites. That's the same reason why, unfortunately, a lot of the celebrities will only give you a little piece of what they already know. That we are the Israelites, but they can't take it any further. Because if you take it any further, then you might have repercussions, because we all know that in America, we're not the ones writing the checks. We're not the ones at the top. You know, the NBA, David Stern is a Jew.
Yeah.
Adam Silver is a Jew. Majority of the NBA owners are Caucasians. They're other nations, and they're Jewish. We know the music industry is controlled by the Jews. We know that Hollywood is controlled by the Jews. This is common knowledge.
The so-called Jews.
Yeah, the so-called Jews. And so if you want to stay relevant and make money in America, then you cannot go against the grain. This is the reason why in CNN, no CNN person working, Don Lemon, you can't say nothing bad about the Jews. You can't say nothing bad about homosexuals, transgenders, but you can slip up and call a black person any type of racial discrimination a term, and they might
kill them.
And kill them. They'll be reprimanded. Oh, you shouldn't have said these people. You shouldn't have said your people didn't suffer. You shouldn't have made these comments. That was kind of negative towards black people. They'll still keep their job. But if a black person like Lamont Hill or anybody else says anything against the Jews or anything pro-Palestine, then they're going to be immediately told to apologize, to redact your statement, and you might get fired. That shows you who controls. Immediately. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Look, even with me, I'm gonna tell you a true story. Like when I put out the movie Hebrews and Negroes, I said, well, how do I market and advertise the movie Hebrews and Negroes? Because we know that marketing advertising is true power to get it out to the people. Who controls the biggest form of marketing advertising? The people that control TV and movies and media. We look at our cable television and the satellite internet. They're giving us stuff all the time. What to buy, what to do. This is the reason why we know what movies are coming out and what series are coming out. All the stuff we keep tuned to what they want to see us. So I said, well, let me try to hit the radio. Let me try to hit the radio station. And the radio station, I gave them my 30-second feed, the 30-second voiceover, and a 10-second voiceover. And what they have to do is they have to read the voiceover over, and they have to send it to you and say, okay, do you approve? And you say, yes, I approve. They say, okay, we're gonna air it on these days that you paid: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Immediately when the first commercial aired on the radio in Detroit, 105.9, 97.9, and the Praise channel. So the two biggest rap and R&B stations in Detroit is 105.9 and 97.9, and you have the Praise, channel. Immediately when the first ad came out talking about check out the movie Hebrews to Negroes, Make It Black America, Standard History. When that first came out on air, people started calling the radio station, complaining. And the lady that I was working with, the marketing lady, she called me and she was like, I was like, why are you calling me? She's like, oh, Ron. I said, what's wrong now? I said, I paid you your money like anybody else. I paid you my money. I said, well, everybody else does. And she said, well, we have a problem. I said, what's the problem? She says, people called in when they heard your commercial, and it's a problem. They don't like it. They don't want people to hear this. You know what the problem is? The people say, well, we got Christians listening, we got Muslims listening, we got Jewish people listening, we got people all ethnicities listening, and they find this commercial ad offensive. All I did was tell if you identify as black, African American, Negro, color, whatever you want to call yourself, or basically a black person, then you owe it to yourself to know the truth about who you really are.
That's right.
And to find out who you really are, check out the movie Hebrews Negroes, streaming on Amazon, streaming on Vimeo on demand. That's all I said. It's all I said. I didn't say Jewish. I didn't say Israel. I didn't say nothing that could be connected to triggering Israel. I just said black people need to know the true identity. The powers that be did not like that, and they called corporate and they said we got to change this. Stop the airing of this commercial and change it and change the verbiage right now. Otherwise, we can't do your what's the name, your promotion. And so I had to change it. I had to go back to the drawing board and change it to the verbiage that they liked. And then I finished it out. I don't know if they even played it because I don't have time to be sitting in the car listening to see if they're gonna play my stuff or not. But yeah, from that to trying to get distribution, they'll people will say, okay, well, what you got for us? I'm like, well, I want to submit my films for distribution. And they say, okay, and they go to Amazon. They say, oh, your movie's on Amazon. Oh yeah, you got it on Blu-ray, you got it on DVD. I say, oh, and they start looking at the ratings. Oh, 4.5 stars. Oh, you got a lot of people commenting on it. It's positive. They were like, oh, it looks like your audience is African American based. I said, well, look at the title. Look at the title. It says Wake Black America. He said, oh yeah. So then the guy said, so one of the distribution companies said, well, he said, man, you're rated at number 8. And I said, what does that mean? And he said, well, he said, let me tell you like this. He said, the majority of people we distribute, they have to have at least a minimum of 6. He says the average is 6 to get distributed by us. He said, you're ranked at an 8 right now. And I said, is that a good thing? He was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I was like, you should check out my movies. And he was like, okay, send them to us. So I sent him both movies. Both movies. And then within like a week or so, he didn't get back with me. So I called him back, emailed him. I said, hey, what's going on? Have you made a decision yet? And then he was like, oh, no. He's like, I got him in the mail. I received it. We're going to look at it this weekend. And then, like, I had to call him again. I had to chase this guy down. Like, he didn't even call me back and give me the common courtesy to tell me no. But then, so then eventually he emailed me and said, unfortunately, we're not able to distribute your movie. So this is the thing. These are the things. This is how you get your movie distributed. You go through a sales agent or an aggregator or a distribution company. Those are the 3 things that you have to do to get your movie into the big, to Netflix and all those like that. If you got your movie that's doing good at that film festival, then then people will look at it, oh, what's this movie about? But these are the main ways that independent filmmakers get their movie out. It's aggregator, sales agent, and a distribution company for an independent filmmaker. And so once I went to distribution companies, they all said no, blah, blah, blah. Then I had to go to the aggregator. The aggregator, you pay money, you give them the movie, the trailer, they put it through quality control. Quality control is runs through a logarithm. It's a logarithm, and it's also through AI, artificial intelligence. So they look at sounds, they look at the video, they look at different things. So I went through all that madness, and then they finally submitted. They said, where do you want to submit it to first, Mr. Dalton? I said, go try Voodoo. So I submitted to Voodoo, and then after maybe 2 4 weeks, I got an answer back from Voodoo. They said, well, unfortunately, Mr. Dalton, Voodoo has declined your offer to distribute your movie through them. And I said, can you send me an email? So they sent me an email. And so Voodoo said no. And I've watched a lot of movies on Voodoo. Yeah. Voodoo is an on-demand TV service. You can get it on the Apple, smart TV. And there's a lot of movies on there that's straight garbage. You can watch a lot of movies on Netflix that's garbage. But picture this. All Voodoo's going to do is just put your movie on there and let somebody pick it. If nobody picks it, Voodoo ain't losing no money because they're just gonna throw it on there and say, let somebody look at it. They don't, oh well. But the movie, I guarantee you, if my movie was on Netflix or Voodoo, you go on Netflix, you turn your Netflix, you see the recommended movies, the new movies. I guarantee you, if Hebrews to Negroes Wake Up Black America was on Netflix, just like the five Bloods, whatever it's called, and just like Malcolm X and the Tiger King and all sort of stuff, this madness we watch. If it was up there with all these other movies, it would be number 1.
You doggone right.
Number 1. Because you know why? Because black people are going to want to watch it. Yeah, the title itself. Black people are going to want to watch it. White people want to know what's going on, especially in this time right now. White people want to know. They're like, what's this black fit?
What they done woke up? They have woke up.
That's exactly. Arabs, Jews, everybody would watch this movie because the cover automatically shows the power of the Negro slave uprising. The black fist up in the air signifies strength, and we're uprising. The next step is to have the chains break off, but the poster has the black fist with the chains and the slave ship, around it. And so yeah, they it's not about the money with these people. It's not about the money because they don't need your money. They of course you would think if you want to make money, but they're willing to turn down money because they don't want the truth to come out.
That's right.
And that's the biggest.
Devil.
Yep. And that is the most biggest thing that people have to understand is that the other nations are so against you understanding your identity that they will do it any cost. They will do anything it takes to not let you get this truth, even if it means turning down money.
That black dollar.
Yep.
So, brother, tell the people how they can. Cause see, we target it and we know that. You know what I'm saying? The blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, Latinos in this country, we target it. You know what I mean? Tell these people what they need to do, man, to come back to God's word. Basically, that's it. That's to go back to His word. But tell them more so how to, with your movie, how they can, adapt with that, with going back to God and them finding who they are with your movie and your book, bro.
Yeah, so So basically, when you read the books and you watch the movies, what it's going to do for Bible believers or Christians, and we know that when the white man came to America, he came looking for something. He ran to the Indians. You know, the Indians. You know, they of course they supposed to come giving gifts, but then they come enslaving and massacring. And they give you a religion and they give you a new identity: Latino, Hispanic. You know, Indian. You know, these people ain't go by Indian or Latino or Hispanic. They went by their tribe: Cherokee, Chickasaw, all these other tribes. Same thing with the Negro. And so they've given you another version of the Bible. They've given you their version of the Bible, their version of Jesus, their white knight Christianity. And by disconnecting you from your identity, then you don't really associate yourself in the Bible. You don't know who you are. So when you read the Bible, you don't understand your past or the Bible's past, present, and future. Because if you understand your past and your present, then you understand your future. Marcus Garvey said that people without knowledge of their history and culture and roots is like a tree without roots. It's like a tree without roots. So we can't get to the future if we don't know our past. We're gonna keep repeating things because we're just people just running around in the wind, just blowing in the wind. We're not firmly rooted in the ground. And so when you understand who you are, and you read that Old Testament, and you understand about the commandments and the Christmas visual, and then you look in the prophetical books like Jeremiah and Ezekiel and Daniel, you really understand the Bible. You understand that what's happening right now is just a forerunner of what's to come. But if you understand who you are as a people, and you understand what your future is, what your destiny is, and what position you need to put yourself in as a person, as a people, to get ready for what's coming upon this earth. Because this is only the beginning of what people are seeing right now with COVID-19 and these riots and these vandalisms, Black Lives Matter. It's just a lot of defund the police, abolish the police. I mean, this is madness. I mean, you hear what people are saying? If people are saying to defund and abolish the police, if you abolish the police, who's gonna police the community? You know, we know that the police out in the suburbs, they don't do anything but write tickets. But in the inner cities, where there's a lot of social tension, there's a lot of poverty, there's no jobs, there's a lot of this suppression and anger and rage. Yeah. These are the places that if you abolish the police and let racial tensions and race wars ensue, it's gonna be total chaos. Total
World War III.
World War III, just like the movie The Purge. I mean, they show you this stuff. Yeah. So they show you stuff, and then exactly, you know what? When they want to flick the switch to say, okay, you know, you guys, we got rid of the police. You know, you guys got your stimulus checks, no more stimulus checks. You guys, you ran out of your unemployment, your pandemic unemployment, 39 weeks, we're done. You figured out how you're gonna eat. Matter of fact, we got a curfew. You didn't make it to Walmart at 7 o'clock in the evening. Oh well, you ain't gonna eat. All these different things. These things are gonna just keep brewing and brewing and brewing and brewing. Then they're gonna have a mandatory vaccine with a chip in it or whatever they want to put in it. And you're like, dang, in order to get my EBT card money or my stimulus check or a pandemic check or to go back to work, I gotta have this chip. And people are gonna start losing their mind. They're gonna start losing their mind. And with the Bible foretold all this stuff.
Yes,
Christ told all these different signs that would happen. And one of the things that Christ said in Luke 21, he said that men's hearts will fail for fear. Their hearts will literally fail them because of the fear of the things that they're seeing around them.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of people at this times are going through psychiatric issues, psychological issues, physical issues, because stress kills. You know, all this stuff is happening. People are killing themselves, committing suicide. You know, we have to understand that if we keep calm, read that Bible, understand who we are, then we'll understand what's happening in the world today, and how to endure to the end. Because Christ wants us to endure to the end. You know, yes, we can die as a martyr. We can take one for the team. We can accept the mark of the beast and then be the ones that go into the lake of fire, or we can say, no, we're not taking the mark of the beast. Because you got caught in a situation where you weren't prepared, so somebody say, hey, take that mark of the beast. Nope, not taking it, off with your head. Boom. Now you're part of the first resurrection. Did you want to go out like that? No, you don't want to go out like that, but you wanted to endure to the end. But see, we all have choices to make. And so we have to at some point understand, like the Christian church is teaching, are we going to follow tradition or are we going to follow truth? Are we going to follow tradition or truth? Christ said, I'm the light, the truth, and the way. And he also said that God's a spirit, you must worship him in spirit and in truth. And one of the things that Christ said, he said, let no man deceive you. They said, what's going to be a sign of your coming? Christ, and this is 2,000 years ago. Christ said, so he said, let no man deceive you. And we got a lot, after Christ died and was resurrected, a lot of deception started happening. A lot of the Catholic Church came on the scene. You had Islam, and you had, you know, all this colonization, you know, control of the TV, the mass media, the monetary system, the Federal Reserve. I mean, there's so much stuff I can just keep going on and on about. But it's a lot of deception, and black people, we are really deceived. And it is important for us to not be deceived, because if we are constantly in a state of slumber and deception and blindness, then we're just gonna like sheep led to the slaughter.
That's right.
What I'm trying to do is push to all of my followers to try to get this message out there to everybody, to your family, your friends, your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, your pastor, even celebrities. If you are a friend or cousin of a celebrity and maybe on NBA or NFL or be in TV record deals or whatever, let them know about the movie Negroes, because somebody has to stand up.
That's right.
You know, I tried the Breakfast Club, I tried Boyce Watkins, I tried Claude Anderson, I tried the Ice Cubes and your T.I.s and everybody, Byron Allen. I tried everybody you could think of, but you see that despite all of the stuff that I've been doing, because most Hebrews today, if you ask them, hey, have you heard about the movie Negroes, the books Negroes? Most of them will say, yeah, I heard about that, because I see it on YouTube. People always give a shout out. And, you know, it's just that, and that movie was produced like 2 years ago. And so it's just, you know, the movie's still going to be, it's still going to keep streaming. It's still going to keep going. And eventually it's going to start growing and growing and growing. And somebody's not going to be able to ignore this anymore. They're not going to ignore it, because they're going to have to deal with it. And by that time, I'm going to have like 5, 6, 7, 8 movies. So as soon as somebody watches Negroes 1, they might say, he got 8 more movies. You know,
that's right.
Proper truth, straight truth.
That's right. That's right.
So identity is one of the keys, because what we have to do is we have to identify who we are as a people. Once we can do that, then we can get back in this Bible, keep the commandments, start to get people that's like-minded, thinking like you, so that you won't be part of that 2/3 or 1/3 that's cut off and killed. And then you got to restore yourself like an old car. You got to restore yourself, refurbish yourself. And then you gotta prepare yourself for what's coming to the end, because the Bible is a real book, and it talks about past, present, future, and prophecy. We're not living in a movie, although it feels like it. So we have to understand that there is an agenda for a new world order. There is an agenda for it. There is an agenda for cryptocurrency, a one world digital currency system, digital ID 2020. You know, universal basic income. Collapse of the economy. Everybody, the black net worth in 2050 is zero, such as what Andrew Yang said, the guy that's supposed to be running for the president. You know, all these things are coming out of the pipeline. Well, black people don't have no clue what's coming. So we have to pay attention to these things and be prepared for these things that are coming in the past, in the future, because it's gonna be really tough to see black people suffering, and I hate to see black people suffering and going through the stuff that we're going through, because a lot of times we look at the TV, they're showing you the riots and stuff like that, but they're not showing you how people at home are going through a lot.
Right.
So remember, black people during this time, whether we're unemployed or we're partially employed, we're getting a check, an unemployment check. You know, we still have car payments that are due. We still have car insurance that are due. We still have bills that are due, mortgages that are due. You know, homeowners insurance. These things are still racking up. Your student loans, no matter if they forbear it for 3 months or 4 months, your charges are still accruing. So at the end of the day, you are still responsible for these charges. You know, and the government ain't forgiving none of this stuff.
No.
You know, so we have to understand there is going to be a huge brick wall of a day of reckoning that we have to face one day. And if we don't really start coming together, leaders, and having meetings and talking about these things and addressing the real issue behind the scenes, we're going to be like what Martin Luther King says, I feared I led my people into a burning house. You know, we don't, and that's really what it all boils down to. And you can stream our movies on Amazon, Vimeo on demand, Vimeo on demand. You can download the app on your smart TV, and then if you just want the DVD, you can get it on Amazon, or you can go to www.thenegronetwork.com, Negro network.com, and I ship it anywhere in the world as long as you're willing to pay for shipping.
That's right. Man, listen, man, you are dropping the jewels on I.S.S today, man. I.S.S is abbreviation of it's acronym of inspiring someone special, man. And I've been following you for a couple of years now, brother, since I've been in this truth, man. And you have enlightened me so much, man. So for me to do this interview, man, with you, man, and to be talking to you, man, and like we chatted last night, man, it's a blessing, man. That's how I know the Most High God is. He is aligning things as his plans, according to his plan, bro.
What you say, King David? Like, look at this. Like I'm looking at the comments. People are saying, "Oh, the Bible's plagiarized from out of Kemet." You know, we are the most lost people. Most lost people. You got Moors that look. I had a conversation with a Moor the other day. He was telling me, I was like, "What is a Moor?" I said, "Where is there a book that says there was a man named Moor and he had children that were called the Moors?" I said, "Where does the word Moor come from?" Of course, I've done my research on the word Moor. I said, what is the Moor's true ethnic identity? You know, what book are you guys reading? Is it the Quran with a K, or is it something else?
Right.
Oh no, it comes from the Medu Neter. Oh, we're the ancient Lemurians in the land of Mu. I said, okay, well, where's your book of Lemuria? Where's your book of Mu? What language is it in? Who wrote it?
Right.
What year was it written in? You know, and they go, oh no, it's the Medu Neter. Okay, the Medu Neter is Egyptian. So now you're going from Lemuria to Egyptian. Oh, the Medu. So who wrote the Medu Neter? What's his name?
Right.
When did he write it? What language is it in? They couldn't answer that. And he said, oh, well, we're the children of Anu. I said, Anu is a Sumerian deity. You have Anu, Enkidu, and Elul. I said, well, who are you? So are you Sumerians now? So these guys don't know what to do. You're talking about Moabites and the rich man and all this sort of craziness. We got to, at the end of the day, your DNA is going to tell you who you are. And when you check your DNA, it's going to trace back to somewhere in West Africa. And when you start tracing back and doing your research on West Africans, from whom your DNA is exactly the same, you'll find out who you really are. Who you really are at the end of the day.
That's right. That's right, bro. That is so true. That is so true. And that's what our people are going to do, man. We see it. We're waking it up. Our people are waking up to see the evil is revealing themselves. You see what I'm saying? They coming out. That Karens are coming out. You hear me? Them jokers have been coming out, man, and we're waking up. It's more people, more of our brothers and sisters are waking up to this truth. And like I said, more of them are coming out as well, man. They reveal themselves, that evil. What's in a person going to always come out. My grandma used to tell me that all the time, man. What's in a person going to always come out. And God's word, when all of this is done, when we all are gone from here, his word going to always be here, man. So I appreciate your time, brother. You know what I mean? For you coming on up on this I.S.S, man, and you sharing this knowledge and this truth that God has blessed you and anointed you with, brother, because you and we are vessels, man. And this ain't going to be nothing that we stop doing. I'm going to continue to hitting you up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be getting in these verbs, bro, getting in these proverbs, getting these words together, man. And we're going to wake up our people who want to be woke. The ones that want to be woke. If they don't want to be woke, we're not going, you know, we're going to shake the other foot. Like God say, man, just keep walking. We're going to do it in love. And that's how we're going to rock it, man. We ain't here to hate nobody. No, cleave to us, man, because you got to understand these people got to cleave to us. If they want any kind of salvation, man, all the hatred that they got going on, you got to cleave to God's chosen people. And that's just what it is, man. 2 + 2 is 4. It don't matter if you put it here, where I'm at, where you at right now, bro. Where you at? What city you in?
Detroit.
It don't matter if you got a 2 right now and I got a 2, it's going to equal 4. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we doing it, man. We're gonna help push this truth to our people, my brother. And I appreciate you.
Tell the Breakfast Club to let me on. Let me in.
You know what I'm saying?
They don't want to let me in there.
Man, look, Breakfast Club, y'all let my man in. But you know what? It's all right. It's all right, because the truth gonna set the right ones free. It ain't made for everybody. You know what I mean? This truth what God got for. That's why we in this predicament that we in anyway. Because for them ones that messed up, not all of Israel messed up. It was just the ones that messed up and had us all go over there. You know what I mean? So it's the same ones today in the same world, man. It ain't for everybody, bro. So we're going to push this truth to the ones that want to hear it, the ones that want to seek it. So, hey, that's all we got to do, man. We can go to sleep and sleep good at night knowing and resting that we have done what God has told us and chosen us to do, man. Many have called, man. Many are called, only a few are chosen, brother. And you and we are chosen, man. And it ain't nothing to brag about. It's anointing. It's anointed, brother. Come on, man. How is it that you and I've been looking at you for 2 or 3 years, bro. Now I'm on a live with you, interviewing you, man. I done got God has blessed me to get myself in the position so I can use comedy to put his truth out. And look where I'm at, man. I'm up here with my man Ronald Dalton Jr. And to be honest with you, I think we might be some kin, brother, because my grandfather's a Dalton, man. So we might be some kin. Yeah, we spell it the same way, Dalton.
Yeah, they had a Dalton plantation in the South too.
See, I'm trying to tell you, brother. I'm trying to tell you, bro. I posted my great grandmother the other day, man. Her name was Jackie. No, Jenny something, but they changed her. You know, they change our names when we come over here. Mm-hmm. But they changed to Jenny Black. You know what I mean? And but that's where my Dalton heritage come from on her side, man. So, brother, it's like I said, it's been a pleasure, a blessing to have this interview with you, man. And like I said, have you already told the people where they can get your video and your book?
Yeah.
Tell them, okay, all right, my brother. Well, hey, y'all make sure y'all do that. Hey, man, I appreciate you coming on. Much love to you. And I will most definitely be hitting you up, my brother. Understand?
Okay.
All right, man. God bless you, bro. All right, big dog. Later. Love.
Yep.
Y'all. Woo! Another show, man. Another great show. I can't thank the Lord enough. Look at this one right here. I can't thank the Lord enough. Wait a minute, boo-boo. I can't thank the good Lord enough for allowing me to be able to do what I do. Bringing these people on. Put it in the ear, baby. Bringing these people on, the guests that we have and stuff, man. Get in there, boo. You in there? Hey, appreciate you coming on, Mr. Ronald Dalton Jr. May y'all make sure y'all follow us both. I am King David. You know what I mean? We bring this truth out, man. I am King David, and my man Hebrews to Negroes, Mr. Ronald Dalton. Make sure you get his book. Make sure you get his movie. It's on all platforms, man. So make sure you get it, man. It ain't made for everybody. So mainstream ain't got to get it. Mainstream, I doubt to be in heaven. See, heaven it stays the same, but hell gets bigger. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's get right, y'all. Stay in the book. Keep God first. Stay in them laws. Hey, get Christ in your life, because he's the only one going to save us, man. Get on your knees and pray more. That's what you need to do. Tell them, boo-boo. Ain't that right? Hey, you gonna sing a little song for the people? Sing a little song for the people, then, girl. You need me to clap? You need me to clap it up for you? Okay. I thought that was a really good show. That was a really good show. Did you think so? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Daddy, you know it's still on.
I know. I know exactly that we're still on, huh? Go on, sing. As soon as you sing, I'm better gonna get something to eat. So check it out, people. We out here, man. Coming down. Look, hit us up, man. Make sure y'all follow us. Much love. Blessings.
Bye.
Check us out next week. Friday and Saturday. Every Friday and Saturday. Hit us up.
That's a good show.